Hey guys, what's up? I'm back with another video about this keyboard. This is the Riotoro Ghostwriter Prism, and it comes in this nice box with this paper attached to it because I bought the version with the brown keys. So yours may differ according to what keys you get. This is basically it. It comes with that black cable, so it's not wireless, and it comes with this plastic wrist rest. So let's check it out. So here we have it. This is the keyboard. I've used it for about 2 months now, I'd say, and I'm pretty okay with it. Now, how does it work? You have this wrist rest. It attaches magnetically, which is pretty nice. I watched another review where the reviewer said that it feels really cheap, but I don't agree with that. I think it feels really nice. I had the Logitech G15 before, and it's even nicer than that. So you can see there are 2 rubber feet on this thing, so it doesn't slide around, and you can actually keep this thing attached while moving the keyboard around or taking it somewhere else. Lifting it off, this thing will be on there, staying attached. As you can see, the magnets are pretty strong, so I can recommend this. It has some feet, 2 feet back there, with one level on the ground and one level risen up, but I'm having it this way because it inflicts less strain on your wrist. So the keyboard comes with brown keys. I chose this one, but I think there's also a version with blue keys. You have some onboard controls. You press this key, Fn, and then you can choose which effects you would like to have. Let's turn the lights off so you can see this better. Sorry for the dust. It really looks worse on the camera than it does in reality. So you have some different effects, but I just like to keep it static because I think this is like too... Well, the breathing might be okay as well, but I'll just keep it stable. These keys here on the top, I've watched a review where the reviewer said you can change the colors on these. However, I couldn't figure out how to do it. But first, the scroll wheel for the volume is really nice. It has some texture to it when you turn it. You have some media controls here, although I'm not too happy about them because they are quite hard to reach because these keycaps are so tall. You really have to push those buttons like this. You can't just do it from here. You can reach the scroll wheel like that, but you can't reach those buttons. I can't twist my fingers hard enough to get down there, so you have to press them this way, which is kind of annoying because that way you always have to look like, oh, I want to press play pause now, instead of like muscle memory them in, and you know, okay, this is num, so behind there must be that key. The one thing I mentioned already is the software. The software is like, as in this keyboard, like 2 years old by now, and it's the worst software I've ever seen in my life. It never left the beta status apparently, although it says version 1.1. I freshly downloaded this as of 2020 from the website, which was also a pain in the ass because the website is so badly made and so cheaply done that you really, I spent like 10-15 minutes to find that software, And this is how it looks. Let me show you. This is how the software looks. And as I said, this is the worst software I've ever seen. It looks like it's made from Windows 95. You can remap, for example, you can remap the colors of the keys. However, you have to remap each key individually. Another point is the macro function, which you can set up here, and you can create different profiles. However, I have no idea how this is supposed to work. It's an absolutely nightmare. The software is so bad, you can't really tell whether the macro is set up or how it works. I only managed to remap a key to a macro, but for example, I picked this key. By the way, this is the European German layout. So I chose to remap this key as I only use it very I don't use that key here very often. However, when I remapped it, it didn't work in the original way anymore, so I couldn't write plus, but it only activated the macro from then on. So, no idea. And I'm not like a noob or something in regards to software. I used macro keyboards for like 10 years now, 10-15 years, I don't know exactly, but this thing here, this software, it's worse than Logitech, and I thought Logitech was bad, but compared to this one, Logitech is like state of the art, and this is like from 20 years ago. It's an absolutely nightmare. On the keyboard you have different keys like this, so I thought, like, if you press Fn, the function key, and here you could like set up 5 macros, and you could record with this thing here, like macro record. No, forget about it. It doesn't work. Not with the software, not without the software. I got no idea how to use it. This, however, works. So this is like dimming the lights. As you can see, this works just great. So yeah, all in all, I have to say this keyboard is nice to use. It feels great. The build quality is good. Like, you have this aluminium plate here. It's really well crafted. However, the software ruins the experience quite a bit, especially since here in Germany the keyboard is on back order for 220 euros. I bought this one in the sale for like about 100, but I think this is about worth 50 euros and not more, since Riotoro cheaped out and didn't make a software that keeps up with this keyboard. But on an everyday usage, I'm really happy with this thing. I mean, you can use it without those macros, but it's one of the features that were the reason for me to buy this one, because it had macro support. So that's a bust, at least. So now let's give you guys an idea of the brown keycaps. So, there you have it. Thanks for watching. Oh, one thing I haven't told you yet is when we turn the keyboard around, let me raise up the camera again a little bit. So I plugged in both of the USB plugs at the end of this cord, and then you can use this USB hub here. It works, and it's a nice feature in addition to the rest. This here is plastic, as you can tell, in contradiction to the aluminium you got here, but I guess it's not so bad. Another thing I like about this keyboard is it's quite easy to clean, since the keycaps and the brown keys in themselves are raised up and not sunk in. So any hairs or stuff that lands on the keyboard without the need to detach the keycaps. So yeah, I also try to use the keyboard without the wrist rest. However, I think since the keycaps and the keys themselves are raised up that far, you get it on a pretty bad angle to use it. Like, as you can see, it's not as good as with the wrist rest, in my opinion. So let's get it back on, and you can see now I'm on the wrist rest and it feels much nicer to use. Alright, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if this video helped you. I hope you follow my recommendation and don't buy this keyboard. And see you next time. Bye.